Hi everyone. Today we have discussed some questions in business economics. Question number 1. The concept of multiplier is first introduced in economics by options are R.F. Gunn, Keynes, Robertson, Hicks. The option A is to answer R.F. Gunn. Multiplier broadly means an economic factor that when increased or decreased causes increases or changes in many other related economic variables. And the concept of employment multiplier was first introduced by R.F. Gunn in 1931, and Keynes took this idea from Gunn and formulated investment multiplier. Employment multiplier shows the ratio between total increase in employment and primary employment. Question number 2. According to the monetarists, in the long run, the Philip curve is options are vertical, downward sloping, horizontal, upward sloping. According to the monetarists, in the long run, the Philip curve is vertical, downward sloping, horizontal and upward sloping. The answer is vertical. Phillips curve suggests there is an inverse relation between inflation and unemployment. In the long run, there is no relationship between these two factors. So, in the long run, the Phillips curve is vertical at the natural rate of unemployment. Question number 3. Stagflation is also called as options inflationary recession, disinflation, deflation, reflation. Question again. Stagflation is also called inflationary recession, disinflation, deflation and reflation. Stagflation is a period when slow economic growth and joblessness coincide with the rising inflation. So, it's a combination of high inflation and economic stagnation. And disinflation, it's a situation in which inflation rate is falling. But in case of deflation, a fall in the overall level of prices in an economy and an increase in the purchasing power of the currency. And reflation is an act of stimulating the economy by reducing the taxes or by increasing the money supply. So, here stagflation is also called as answer inflationary recession. Inflationary recession. Then question number 4. Returns to scale is a. Options are long run concept, short run concept, temporary run concept, none of the above. Answer long run concept. Returns to scale is a long run concept. What is returns to scale? It's a rate by which output changes if all input changed by the same factor. And question number 5. Money is not only a medium of exchange, but it's also held for precaution and speculation. This concept is put forward by options are classical theory, neoclassical theory, modern theory and monetary theory. Answer is modern theory. In classical theory, the fundamental principle of classical theory is that the economy is self-regulating. In the case of neoclassical theory, focus on supply and demand as the driving forces behind the production, pricing, consumption of goods and services. And in case of monetary theory, focus a change in money supply is a key driver of economic activity. So here the answer is modern theory. Money is not only a medium of exchange, but it's also held for a precaution and speculation. This concept is put forward by modern theory. Question number 6. Different countries may have the ability to produce different goods according to the availability of natural resources, labor, technology, etc. Which economic theory is relevant in case of such situation? Options are theory of absolute advantage, theory of comparative advantage, theory of productive advantage, and theory of resource advantage. Answer is theory of comparative advantage. What is theory of comparative advantage? It's an economy's ability to produce a particular goods or service at a lower opportunity cost than its trading patterns. And the theory of absolute advantage states that the ability of a party to produce a good or service more efficiently than its competitors. And the theory of resource advantage proposes that the result from a comparative advantage or disadvantage in resources. Question number 7. The countries in Europe can undertake free trade and have the complete mobility of capital. The emergence of such common market is due to the establishment of options are European Commission, European Union, European Parliament and European Association. Answer is European Union. Negative income elasticity of demand for a commodity indicates that as income falls, the amount of commodity demanded. Negative income elasticity of demand for a commodity indicates that as income falls, the amount of commodity demanded. Options rises, falls, remains constant, none of them. Option answer is rises. Option A is the answer rises. Negative income elasticity of demand for a commodity indicates that as income falls, the amount of commodity demanded rises. Question number 9. The distinction between variable and fixed cost applies only to options are short period, long period, stagnation period, gestation period. The distinction between variable and fixed cost applies only to short period. Answer is short period. What is stagnation period? A prolonged period of little or no growth in an economy of highlighted by periods of high unemployment. That period is known as stagnation period. In gestation period between the start of an investment project and the time when production using it can start. Then here the answer is short period. The distinction between variable and fixed costs apply only to a short period. Question number 10. The term demand shift inflation is associated with Robertson, McCullough, Gardner, Egley and Hausman. Answer is Gardner, Egley. Demand shift inflation means a type of inflation that occurs when there is an increase in demand for goods and services. Then next question, match the following. Here four options are the list 1 and list 2. Keynesian theory of distribution, time preference theory of interest, sunspot theory of trade cycle, modern theory of income determination. And list 2, W.S. Jevons, James Keynes, Encaldo, Pompeour. Here, Keynesian theory of distribution. It tells in the short period the level of national income and so of employment is determined by aggregate demand and aggregate supply in the country. And this Keynesian theory of distribution developed by Keynes. So the option A matched with the 2, J.M. Keynes. Then time preference theory of interest. It's also referred to as AGO theory of interest, and it helps to explain the time value of money, and it argues that people prefer to spend today and save for later so that the interest rate will always be positive. For B, the option is 4. 4 is the answer. A for 2, Keynesian theory of distribution, James Keynes, time preference theory of interest, answer 4, Pompeour, and sunspot theory of trade cycle. So, a sunspot is an economic variable which has no direct impact on economic fundamentals, and this developed by Stanley Jevons. And modern theory of income determination. Next, modern theory of income determination. Option is N. Caltor. Caltor forms Keynesian model of income distribution. According to this theory, the society is divided into capitalists and workers who save some part of their income. Then next question, induced investment depends on. Options are expected rate of profit, rate of interest, both of the above, none of the above. Induced investment depends upon options expected rate of profit, rate of interest, both of the above, none of the above. Answer is both of the above. Induced investments means an investment which changes as the level of income changes in the economy. Induced investment means an investment which changes as the level of income changes in the economy. And question number 13, the economic cycle is measured by options are CPT, RPI, GDP, MEC. The option is C is the correct one, GDP. An economic cycle is the overall state of the economy as it goes through the 4 stages in a cyclical pattern, and the factors like GDP, interest rate, total employment and consumer spending can help to determine the current stage of the economic cycle. Question number 14. The concept of indifference curve analysis is suggested by Cobb Douglas, A.C. Harberger, Hick and Allen, and Henry Schultz. The answer is Hicks and Allen. An indifference curve is a graphical representation of a combination of products that gives similar kinds of satisfaction to a consumer, thereby making them indifferent. Question number 15. Supply function is the study of. Options are price output relation, input output relation, demand supply relation, production supply relation. Supply function is the study of price output relation, input output relation, demand supply relation, production supply relation? Answer is price output relation. Price output relation. Question number 16. A country spends major part of their income for healthcare and this has resulted in a decreased expansion in other areas. Such kind of cost in an economy can be associated with. Options are social cost, opportunity cost, development cost, marginal cost. Here, the answer is opportunity cost. It's a potential foregone profit from a missed opportunity. That means the result of choosing one alternative and foregoing another. That is opportunity cost. And question number 17. Isocon will be L-shaped where there are. Options are perfect substitutes, imperfect substitutes, perfect complementary inputs, and none of the above. Options are perfect substitutes, imperfect substitutes, perfect complementary inputs, none of the above. Answer is perfect complementary inputs. Isocons is a curve that plotted on a graph which shows all the combination of two fats that produce given outputs. And question number 18. A group of producers who jointly collude to behave like a single monopolist is known as. A group of producers who jointly collude to behave like a single monopolist is known as monopolists, monopsonists, bulls, cartels. Option D is the correct one, cartels. Cartel is a collection of independent businesses that collude to manipulate the price of a product or service. They try to reduce the competition by controlling the price in an agreement with one another. And the question number 19. The market structure in which the producers must take the reactions of competitors in the industry into account while making decision is called. The market structure in which the producers must take the reactions of competitors in the industry into account while making decisions is called. Options are monopoly, oligopoly, monopsony, monopolistic competition. Options monopoly, oligopoly, monopsony and monopolistic competition. Answer is oligopoly. Question number 20. Which of the following should not be regarded as leakage in the circular flow of income? Which of the following should not be regarded as leakage in the circular flow of income? Options investment, saving, government expenditure and exports. Leakage means it's a non-consumption use of income. Mainly there are three leakages are the savings, taxes and income. And these are termed as leakages because they are leaked out of the core circular flow of consumption, production and income. So here the answer is savings. Here the answer savings. Then next question, match the following. There are four items are list 1. Dynamic theory of profit, innovation theory of profit, risk theory of profit, uncertainty varying theory of profit. And some persons' names are the F.H. Knight, Joseph Schumpeter, J.B. Clark, F.P. Howley. Here, what is dynamic theory of profit? Say, dynamic theory of profit stated that profit rise in that type of economy where the things change. no profits will be generated in the static economy. This theory is advocated by J.P. Clark. So, dynamic theory of profits related with the J.P. Clark and innovation theory of profit. Next, we have innovation theory of profit proposed by Joseph Schumpeter. And this theory observed that if an entrepreneur wants to make profits, he needs to make innovations in terms of products or services. So, innovation theory of profits related with the question number B22, Joseph Schumpeter. And this theory of profit established by Howley, which suggests that an entrepreneur's profit depends on his risk-taking behavior. So, C matched with the 4. An uncertainty bearing theory of profit states that there is a direct relationship between profit and uncertainty. Greater the uncertainty bearing, the higher the level of profit. Frank Henneman Knight developed this theory. So, D matched with the option 4. So, thank you.